Hey, it's me, Dan K. I'm back again with another video, and today I'm going to show you how you can build your very own Craftsman Style house. But I'm not just going to show you how to build your house, I'm going to show you how to design a house. So stick around, you might just learn a lot from this video. So you may be asking, what is a Craftsman house? Well, the Craftsman is a style that house builders take great pride in crafting. They are built using natural materials like stone and wood, and their support structures are often both functional and decorational. Some common features of the Craftsman are gabled roofs and dormers, patterned windows, and a covered front porch. The main feature of this house is the stone facade sitting just to the left of the porch here. The first step when designing a house is to choose a color palette. These are the blocks that I will be using, but you can choose any materials you like. The main parts of this build are the front porch and the stone facade. We'll start with these and design the rest of the house room by room as we go. As you'll see here, where the stone facade and the front of the house meet, it creates kind of this L shape. This also gives an extra level of depth to the build and helps it look a little more intriguing. We'll leave a 3-block gap here for our stairs, and we'll build up around the rest of the porch using dripstone blocks. We'll also add dripstone blocks around the stairs and the corners. This is where the pillars will go when we build the rest of our porch up later. And for now, we'll just finish filling in the base of our porch. We'll come back and build the porch up later, after we've designed the layout. And so now we're just building up the rest of the stone facade. This is one of the main parts of the build, so we want to get this in place now. A gabled roof is what you think of when you picture a house. It's basically just the triangle. Very simple. We're going 2 blocks high with the dripstone around the rest of the exterior. This will kind of help to balance out the other sections and colors of the build. Read up about the golden ratio if you'd like to learn more about balancing sections like this. For now, we're just laying out the rest of the build. Right here, we're doing the dining room and the kitchen. The living room. The staircase. And finally, the back porch. And now we have the layout that we'll be working with set. We'll begin building up the walls now, starting with the front entryway and window. These are the first things that you'll see when you walk into the house, so take your time. Make sure you get this part right. Try a few different designs before choosing the one you like best. Remember, you can always go back and change things later if you don't like it. The front porch is one of the most important parts of the build, so we're going to start working on that right now. We're going to be lining the roof with polished granite slabs and stairs, and using polished blackstone bricks as shingles. The polished granite looks like flashing you'd see on an actual roof, and really helps to define the roof shape. You'll want the peak of the porch roof to match with the base of the main roof. Now we'll build up the first sidewall, and we'll use stripped oak logs as a separator between the terracotta and oak plank sections. We'll use this separating layer all the way around the exterior. The dormers are the third most important feature in our build. To include these in a build, simply find the bottom of the roof line, then build up the walls on the next level up. This house will have 2 dormers in the front, but you could keep it to just 1 or even none. It's really up to you. Now that our dormers are set, we can begin setting the pitch of the roof. This is a simple gabled roof, so we'll just build a triangle shape. Then we'll start lining the roof with polished granite stairs. By overhanging the edge and using upside down stairs, we can create a smoother slope. Just repeat this on the other side as well, and we'll line the dormers after this. After we build up the second side wall, we'll have to mark the roof on that side as well. We'll match it up with the same triangle we built on the first side. This will create what is known as a cross-gabled roof where it meets with our stone feature. And we might as well finish up the last wall while we're back here. We'll build the door frame using stripped oak wood, then finish the back wall before moving on. We'll finish lining the roof with polished granite. And as you can see, this house is now really starting to take shape. Up next, we'll be building the fireplace. We're going to use stone bricks, andesite stairs and slabs, and dripstone blocks. Placing an upside down stair like this will look like the chimney's vent. This will help create the illusion that smoke is flowing up and out of the chimney. Adding a hidden campfire in the chimney cap will complete the illusion that we're looking for. Using the stone bricks and upside down andesite stairs, we can build a fireplace and mantle. Then our chimney will be complete. Before adding the roof, we'll finish building the dormers by building up the side walls. Next, we'll start on the roof. Where the dormer and main roof meet, just use corner stair blocks for a smooth seam. The front of the roof is in place and this house is looking good. So now we can do some work on the back of the house. We'll start with the back porch and we'll put a turtle shell style roof on it. We'll match the back porch with a third dormer on the back of the house. This will also have a turtle shell style roof. Just like the dormers up front, we'll build on from one level above the low point of the roof line. We'll add the window and line the roof. We'll then finish up the back side of the roof. And now that the roof is done, we can start working on exterior details. We'll be using two types of windows on this build: bay windows and simple framed windows. We'll use a bay window on the stone feature. We do this by pulling the wall out a little using stairs and slabs to cover the transition. We then build window frames using stripped oak logs. We'll cover them with oak trapdoors to create a crafted window frame. Since the window is jutting out a little from the rest of the build, we'll have to put a roof on it. We'll line it just like the roof up top and add shingles. Running oak fences up the side adds to the depth and shape of the window. Finally, you can add a separator or not. That's up to you, whichever you prefer. The second type of window we'll be adding is a simple framed window. For this, you'll build the frame using stripped oak, add a sill and ledge using polished granite slabs, and then cover the oak wood with trapdoors. We can then add glass panes to finish the window. Nice and simple, and it looks good too. Now that we know how to build each type of window, we can add more of them around the house. You can decide for yourself which windows you want to use and where you want to use them. Before calling the exterior finished, I decided to change the front entrance. I wanted to add an oak door frame just like the back door. And with that, we can call the exterior complete. Up next, we'll be heading inside to work on the interior. Since we already have our floor plan in place, we can start by placing the floors in each room. By using wool blocks instead of carpets, we can create rugs or carpeting that villagers can still walk on. We can create designs using different colored wool placed in a pattern. This is a little more interesting than using a solid color, which is very flat, as you can see here. Try experimenting with multiple different designs and patterns. You can make a tiled floor by using two opposing colors in a checkerboard pattern. With the floors done, we can move on to building up the walls. I decided to use the same colors for the interior walls as we used on the outside, and the same door frames made out of oak. We'll just finish these walls. And this is what we've done so far. Next, we'll start work on the second floor. We'll start with building a simple staircase and adding the first floor ceilings. Then we'll wall up the landing and get a good feel for the layout by laying down some carpeting. Start deciding now where you want your bedrooms to go and build the walls to mark them. Close off any small or open gaps. This will help keep mobs from spawning. I'm also going to add a walk-in closet in the master bedroom. Just like downstairs, adding a pattern to the carpet will create a little more interest. And one final touch is to clean up the ceiling. There are several ways that you can do this, but I like to use upside down stairs for a cleaner look. Do this in each room to really tie the build together. Depending on the shape of your roof, this can get a little tricky in some areas. But before you know it, you'll have a nicely finished ceiling that looks nice and smooth. Before we move on to decorating the interior, you should know that there are endless amounts of furniture designs for Minecraft. There are plenty of YouTubers out there who can teach you how to design whatever piece of furniture you want. You don't have to use any of the designs I show you. I learned most of these techniques from watching some of the best Minecraft YouTubers and builders in the world. For the decorations that we'll be building, we'll mostly be using these blocks here. So let's head inside and start with the dining room. First, we'll add a table and chairs using carpets, chain, string, dark oak slabs, and trapdoors. This is a simple design for a grandfather clock. We'll light the room up and add some color using azalea bushes and flowers in flower pots on the windowsill. And there's our dining room done. Next, we'll move on to the kitchen. We can create a kitchen using barrels, a crafting table, smoker, and cauldron, covering them up with trapdoors and adding some more cabinets above with a lever as a faucet for the sink. A composter covered with a trapdoor looks like a trash can. And finally, you can use a brewing stand to look like a coffee maker. Now we have a kitchen. The living room is next up on our list. We can create some simple sofas and chairs using stairs or slabs with trapdoors for the armrests. Adding some bookshelves will give us some color and detail. We can create a television using jukeboxes or note blocks, some wool, and a painting. Looks like these guys are watching My Neighbor is a Creeper. Once again, some flower pots on the windowsill will add a little more life and color to the room. That's one more room done on our list. A little decoration in the hallway goes a long way toward making the house feel lived in. The downstairs is now complete, and we can move on to decorating the bedroom. In the smaller of the two bedrooms, a simple bed can be made using upside down stairs and a barrel. We can also use barrels to make a dresser just like this. Adding a light, a shelf for a flower pot, and a painting finishes off this bedroom. We'll also add some simple storage in the hall, and then we'll move on to the master bedroom next. For the master bedroom, we'll make a double-sized bed similar to the one we made in the side bedroom. We'll add another shelf in this room for a light and a flower pot. Putting crimson roots in a flower pot kind of looks like a bunch of pens in a cup. Instead of a single dresser, we'll create some storage in the walk-in closet using barrels and a similar design as before. One last bit of decor and the master bedroom is finished. One last touch for making your house feel lived in is to add some paintings on big empty walls. Finally, we'll just add the doors, and this house is complete. Before we do anything to the exterior, let's take a quick tour of what we've built so far. As you can see from these blocks here, we've built ourselves a pretty nice house. There's plenty of space above your head, and a lot of room for villagers to walk around. This living room looks pretty comfortable. The kitchen is both functional and aesthetic, and the dining room's pretty nice too. And upstairs we've got plenty of storage and 2 bedrooms with 3 beds. This is a pretty nice house for a family of villagers. The master bedroom features plenty of storage as well. Overall, I'd say this has been a very successful build. Our house is finished, but there's one last thing we can do to tie everything together. Landscaping. We'll start by laying out a cobblestone and gravel path. We'll line it with rooted dirt and start mixing in some mossy cobble for texture. Go ahead and extend this part out as far as you need. We can also add some rooted dirt around the front porch to act as a flower bed. We'll line the path with azalea bushes and peonies, but you can choose whatever plants you want. A custom bush or tree up front will create more overall depth, intrigue, color, and life. I went with a simple design for my bush, but you can choose whatever design you like. I balanced out the sudden abundance of pink by adding a couple of these blue orchids. Adding some tufts of grass will make the yard look a little more natural. I also wanted to add a little more blue with these nether spores. They're subtle, but they give a nice touch. Mixing in some ferns with the grass will add some variety. This fence is the final piece of decoration, and it is completely optional. Here we'll be using a simple design with polished andesite, oak fences, and granite slabs. And now that the fence is done, we can finally call our Craftsman house complete. If you want to add any extra decorations, bushes, trees, or whatever, feel free to do so. Use your imagination and make the house that you would like to live in. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider leaving a like and let me know down in the comments. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos just like this. I put out new videos as I finish making them. Until next time, this has been Dan K, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.